Playboy Gangsta Crips are one of the most ruthless Crip gangs to come out of West Los Angeles, California. Gang injunctions, known killers from the set, home invasions, set-up murders. Yeah, the Playboy Gangsta Crips have all that and much more attached to the gang's history. Yeah. All right. Welcome to Cali's Most Dangerous. Let's get into it.
My friend, she was killed. She was 14. She got her head blew off. They don't care about no girl. A girl life is meaningless, just like a man's life.
On February 28th, 1985, Erica Johnson, Glenn Martell, and Jadarick Bond were chilling in a parked car in West Los Angeles, California at around 9 p.m. At first, everything was good. Martell and Glenn, they invited Erica into the car to smoke and chill. But everything quickly went left when Martell reaches into his pant pockets, grabs his pistol, and fires 4 shots to Erica's face before the two men exit the car and run away from the murder scene. It was alleged that Martell and Bond set up Erica because she had been subpoenaed earlier that day as a witness in an assault case against an alleged leader of the Playboy Gangsta Crips. The two men were caught and arrested that night, and the trial began in the summer of 1986. The testimony during a 6-week trial showed that the pair were already members of a lesser-known gang. They killed Erica in an effort to gain acceptance into the tougher Playboy Gangsta Crips. Here's the thing, they wasn't telling the cops nothing. There wasn't no snitching with the Playboy Gangsta Crips, but the pigs already had what they needed. Key evidence in the trial was a police tape recording made secretly of Martell and Bond discussing the killing while seated in the police car after the arrest. During the trial, it was said that the men showed no remorse for the killings, often smiled and even were laughing a few times. One of the witnesses said, "I've been to this trial a few times and I've noticed the defendants as they come in and they take it as if it's a joke. To me, it's very hard to accept. I can't understand the look on their faces. I can't understand how someone would take another man's life." Also, the DA who prosecuted the two men said later, although he serves in the office's hardcore gang unit, he had never seen a case where they were so casual about killing somebody. It's one thing not to care, it's another to laugh about it, he said. They literally laughed in the face of the probation officer. They laughed during the course of the trial, and Martell was laughing in the court, said the officer. In the end though, both Martell and Bond were sentenced to a maximum of 25 years to life in prison. Look, y'all gotta make sure y'all pay attention to these details of the story, man. Keep all this stuff in mind because it plays a big part in the current state of the Playboy Gangsta Crips. This brings us to the danger rating of the Playboy Gangsta Crips. The Playboy Gangsta Crips receive a danger rating of an 8.8 out of 10 based off of the gang's long history of violence, extortion, and willingness to engage with anyone who wants to with them. What Big Sad say? Look, my mama understand I chose this life, I'm a gangbang. Any disrespect, I'm leaving niggas on front page. Bars, nigga. Look, I'm gonna be referencing a lot of Big Sad bars today. This nigga is by far one of the best up-and-coming rappers coming from LA right now. If you ain't heard about this nigga yet, you definitely gotta tap in. I ain't on that nigga or nothing though. But anyways, this gang doesn't play. They have headlines and multiple stories about them that's basically been with them since the gang's formation. What do y'all think though, man? Did I go too high? Did I go too low? Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about these guys. Hey, any close calls from them, man? Any stories of y'all own? Y'all let me know as well, man. But trust, we got a lot more stories. But look, the Playboy Gangsta Crips definitely have a story to tell. And we're about to address all that as we explain who are the Playboy Gangsta Crips. The Playboy Gangsta Crips, also known as the PBGCs, are a gang coming out of West Los Angeles, California. This gang has been around for a cool minute too. Despite several gang injunctions, the PBGCs have been active for more than 40 years. And with the Gangsta Crips being under their title, they fall under the Gangsta Crip or Trey Card umbrella as well. The Playboy Gangsta Crips neighborhood spread from Pico Boulevard between La Cienega Boulevard and Hauser Boulevard. The PBGCs are mainly an African-American gang, but they're known to put on other races. You just gotta be with it. Where your money at? They wanna know if you can get it. Bars, nigga. In terms of colors, they wear blue and blue rags. They loads, cuz, come on now. Also, since the gang's formation, they're also known to support Playboy magazine logo attire as well. Because of this, you'll see them with a lot of bunny logos to represent the gang, like with tattoos and on their shirts and stuff like that. The Playboy Gangsta Crips are also known to be heavy into the pimp game. Yeah, It's a lot of ism coming from the team, but you can only get it if you gang. Bars, nigga. Nah, from pimps, killers, and drug dealers. The PBGCs definitely have all that in their history and more. History of the Playboy Gangsta Crips.
Involving thousands of youth gang members in the nation's second largest city.
Did you see what happened? I just see the car ride by.
The war is escalating and spreading, fueled by quick money and big drugs.
The west side of Los Angeles today is a prominent place to be. 15 minutes away from the beach, 20 minutes away from Hollywood, damn near right across the street from Beverly Hills, but it's also one of the most gentrified places in Los Angeles. If you ever want to see a perfect example on how race and justice and real estate can intermingle, the corner of Corner Street is a great place to start. But throughout the 60s and the 70s, there was a huge population of working class African Americans that moved from areas like Watts, Compton, and South Central and started to reside in the western part of Los Angeles. By the late 1970s, gangs like the Rolling 60s and the A-Tray Gangsta Crips had already been established, but there were small dance groups in the areas. Some had already been established from gangs, and others was just friends grouping up. This was exactly how the Playboy Gangsta Crips started. This group was already damn near family. They go to parties together, fight together, with each other damn near daily, and through that, the Playboy Gangsters put their own dance groups together. And they called themselves the Playboy Dancers. You also had groups like the Disco Lockers, the Diamondbacks, the Moonlighters, and the Red Lights, who were also the Black P Stones. The Playboy Dancers were known as some of the best dancers in the areas, and some of the best fighters as well. It's said that they'd beat you in a dance battle, and if it was any issues after that, they would just beat your ass after that. Because of this, the group continued to hang out with each other and grew closer. And by the 1980s, due to issues with other groups and the popularity of gangbanging, the Playboy Dancers added the Crip to their title and took the dancers off as well.
We was, you could say we really was because we was all family. What people don't understand about Playboy Gangsters, we wasn't a gang, we was a family. We grew up, just like S-Mac asked me about what happened before Playboy Gangsters. We was all family. We fought at football games, fought at the movies already. So when it popped off, it popped off.
That Crip title came with a lot of issues and deadly situations. It wasn't no more dancing against groups. Nah, now they were dancing against the devil. On May 21st, 2012, at around 11:15 p.m., LC and his girlfriend MS are walking home from a liquor store. On their way home, they encountered two African-American men. One of the men asked LC where he was from and brandished a handgun. The same man later said, "Well, this is Playboy Gangsta Crips," and they start to beat LC. The two men continued assaulting LC until he was temporarily unconscious. The men took LC's cell phone, money, keys, and knife. MS identified Green in a photogenic lineup. LC's phone was found in an apartment where Green and his girlfriend lived. Also, Green's ankle bracelet identifying his location placed him at the scene of the robbery. But look though, that's not where it ends. Fast forward to about 2 weeks later, on June 4th, 2010, Green and Parsley dropped off his girlfriend Brittany at her apartment and left in a white Lexus Green and Brittany shared. Later that night, Green was driving while Parsley, Sharon, and Washington were passengers. James testified that the four were on a mission that night to assault or kill rival gang members. Just to make sure y'all keeping up, Hopton Parsley and Kevin Green were two known members of the Playboy Gangsta Crips. Those are the two names you need to pay attention to in this storyline. Green parked the Lexus close to Oscar Duncan's family's residence and waited for enemies. It was time to put in work. Duncan and his fiancée MJ were in Duncan's car, which he had parked nearby his home. As MJ walked from the car to Duncan's residence, Green called out. He said, hey, what's up, sexy? What's up, bitch? Y'all pay attention though, because this is when things get a little tricky. Either Sharon handed Parsley a gun or Parsley already armed himself. The two basically testified against each other and said that one gave him the gun and that the other pretty much already had the gun. But back to the storyline. Shortly after MJ walked to Duncan's residence, Duncan left his car and walked towards the residence. Parsley yelled, Shoreline. Parsley's reference was to the Shoreline Crips, and it was to bait and lure Shoreline gang members to admit their gang membership. Well, Duncan turns around and walks up to Green's vehicle to say he lived in the neighborhood, but he was not a gang member. Right after he said that, Parsley fired multiple shots into Duncan's face before speeding away from the murder scene. Shortly after that, a shooting occurred on Clemson Street. Just prior to the shooting, someone yelled "Playboy Gangsters," and a witness saw a white sedan drive away from the scene. The shooting left bullet holes in multiple apartments. A witness also testified that Parsley had fought someone living in the bullet-infested apartment a few days prior to the shooting. In the end, Green was sentenced to 58 years to life, and Parsley was sentenced to 90 years to life for the murder of the youth pastor, Oscar Duncan. Rest in peace to Oscar Duncan. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now the Playboys, they were in the neighborhood looking for Shoreline members, and they were definitely on one that night. But that type of murder is never justified. Now the Shoreline Crips are one of the biggest rivals of the Playboy Gangsta Crips, but they have a long list of other enemies. Rivals of the Playboy Gangsta Crips. The Playboy Gangsta Crips, yeah, these niggas have a long list of enemies. If it's smoke, it's smoke, and trust, these niggas ain't no joke. Try 'em if you want. These niggas is known lokes. Nah, they have a long list of standing beasts with the Gear Gang Crips, the West Boulevard Crips, the Mainsfield Gangsta Crips, as well as the Shoreline Venice Crips. They also beef with the Neighborhood Rolling 40 Crips, the Neighborhood Rolling 60 Crips, the Denver Lane Bloods, the Rolling 20 Bloods, the Fruittown Brims, and also all Compton Pyrus. What's really cool though is the newfound relationship, or at least neutral standing, with the Black P. Stones. Recently, one of their artists actually, Big Sad, been with the Playboy Gangsta Crips, and then the group pretty much affiliated with the Black P. Stones was the Baby Stone Gorillas. They've been collaborating on a lot of fire tracks together. Now, I don't know about the older heads and how they feel about this and the street politics and how that's playing out, but it's definitely a beautiful sight to see Crips and Bloods coming together to get some money. That's exactly how it should be. But one beef that's still going hard to this day, without any sign of let up between them, is definitely gonna be between the Playboy Gangsta Crips and the Schoolyard Crips. Beef with the Schoolyard Crips. Yeah, this beef right here goes back to the one thing this world is nothing without. Pussy. It was rumored that a Schoolyard Crip member was pillow talking about a Playboy Gangsta Crip in 1980. After a few back and forths, some Schoolyard Crips attended a party on Garth Avenue in the Playboy Crips territory, and the Schoolyard Crip member was killed. This killing sparked a bitter rivalry between the two gangs that's still standing to this day. Like, they hate each other. And it doesn't make it any better that the media is trying to pit the gang's two biggest artists against each other. It was rumored that Playboy Gangsta Crip member and upcoming rap artist Big Sad 1900 kicked over the candles of a member of the Schoolyard Crips who had been killed. That member was close to the rapper Blueface, who was also a member of the Schoolyard Crips. However, Big Sad has said these rumors are not true, and Blueface is never mentioned or dissed Big Sad. What do y'all think though? Is this beef still going hard or has it died off? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Let's have a conversation about it. Prominent figures from the set, and who the OGs, the YGs, the rappers, shit like that. The Playboy Gangsta Crips have a long list of triple OGs who have made the gang one of the most well-known and respected on the west side of Los Angeles. OGs like Big Insane was basically one of the faces of the Playboy Gangsta Crips. He was definitely the guy you didn't want to fade with. There's stories about him just dropping niggas, round for round, pound for pound. Nigga, who needed it, nigga, you can have it. Nigga, just get dropped. It's nothing, nigga. In the streets or in the pen, this guy was definitely an issue. There's other OGs like Eric Jones, also known as Big Spider, and Jesse James. There's also some known rappers from the set who have been putting in work. You got OG, Mr. Teardrop, also known as Teardrop, who put out a lot of music throughout the 1990s. Also, West LA Steve-O, he's an up-and-coming rapper from the set as well, man, and he's hard, bro. A lot of dope music, definitely like a lot of pimped out verses, like you definitely gonna get some ism listening to him. And lastly, it's Big Sad 1900. Nigga, like I already mentioned, this nigga is hard, bro. Like, y'all gotta check him out. Like, I promise you, y'all will be impressed, bro. Like, you got, bro, hits for days, bro. Especially as a local artist, bro. Like, he's definitely putting LA on the scene, man. But look, y'all definitely go give all these artists to listen to. I promise y'all won't be disappointed at all. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm leaving out any OGs or rappers or anything like that. Current state of the Playboy Gangsta Crips. In 1986, a 16-year-old Caucasian from the upper western part of Los Angeles drove his motorcycle to the PBGC's area to pick up drugs from a Playboy Crip member. The transaction was bad though. And because of this bad transaction and misunderstanding with the Playboy Gangsta Crip, the 16-year-old was killed by a lookout who, upon receiving the signal, stepped out of his apartment building and fired a gun as the youth drove off on his motorcycle. This death and the death of a young female Erica mentioned earlier, it put a target on these guys' back, bro. After that, the pigs was out to get these dudes, man. Matter of fact, on October 26, 1987, City Attorney James Hand requested the first ever gang injunction against the Playboy Gangsta Crips. Yeah, the Playboy Gangsters are known for house invasions, robberies, drug dealings, and on top of all that, they were right across the street from neighborhoods like Beverly Hills and Brentwood. Yeah, for them rich white folk back then, this was definitely too close to home. It's crazy though. Had the Playboy Gangsta Crips been a little more down south, they may have been good in terms of staying off of the pigs' radar. But on December 27, 1987, the city attorney and the LAPD obtained the official gang injunction against the Playboy Gangsta Crips, and rules and restrictions were placed on members of the gang in certain areas of their territory. Despite all that though, the Playboy Gangsta Crips are still one of the most active gangs in West Los Angeles, California. These niggas have been at the forefront of a lot of stories in not only California, but in different states like Detroit.
They went by names like Danger, Hitman, and Trouble, and now they are behind bars. This week, the feds busted a gang known as the Playboy Gangsta Crips, and neighbors say they terrorized a Northwest Detroit neighborhood for years.
These are images of an ATF roundup Thursday of a street gang operating on Detroit's west side. 14 members of a gang calling itself the Playboy Gangsta Crips have been busted for murder, armed robbery, carjacking, gun sales, drug pushing, each member with their own gang name like Shady Blue, Havoc, and Danger.
The ATF says the crew used this gas station on 7 Mile and Braille as their home base.
They've grown to the point to where they have other sets in like Oakland, New York, New Jersey, Arkansas. But y'all let me know in the comments so I'm leaving out y'all state, man. Rep for your state, man. I didn't forget y'all, man. Just make sure I ain't forgotten about it, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, since the 1980s, the Playboy Gangsta Crips, which were mostly African-American gang within the black community, has seen an influx of Hispanic immigrants into the working class neighborhood that has reduced the size of the black community and membership into the gang. However, like we already mentioned, this gang is still thriving to this day. And just like most other gangs in LA, the membership is more mixed than ever. What do y'all think about the PBGCs though? Any crazy stories, any close calls? Did I miss anything? Did I get anything wrong? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Subscribe, hit that bell if it went well. Y'all stay safe or dangerous out there.